Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Jennifer Ucio, founder and spiritual director of Soul Language, and I am talking with Jennifer Bloom today from Soul Abundance. Yay!
Yeah.
And we wanted to talk to you about how your relationship with money is and how you can create a deeper, more profound relationship with money, which will result in receiving more and a better use of this resource. So, hi, JB.
Hello, JU. Good to see you. Good to talk to you.
Yay. So we often talk about, and we've done, I think we've taught that class now 5 or 6 times. It's now online. It's a DIY, do it yourself. Yeah,
Yeah, there
DIY
you go.
program about coming back after money broke your heart. And I really want to talk about what we mean by money breaking your heart. So, what does that statement mean, JB?
So, money breaking your heart means that at some point in your life, whether it was breaking with a small b multiple times over and over and over, or whether it's breaking with a capital B, really intense, there, right? When we have a lot of loss, suffering around money, we tend then to make that our story, right? You think about your heart breaking and having some sort of physical wound, and then it sort of knits up, but not really. It's just sort of
Right.
this oozy thing, right? And then that becomes the basis to what we believe money is about.
Yes.
Even though I could say, I had one of those large B's, turns out it starts with B2, bankruptcy, right? That was a huge heartbreak for me for a whole variety of reasons. And that really, that oozy place stuck around for a little while, right?
Yeah.
It became the uh-oh,
Right.
fear, worry, right? And so that is how I was categorizing money for a long time.
Yeah, and you were creating based on that foundation
Right.
of that heartbreak, and it's so important that we heal that heartbreak and that we tune in frequently and see if any new heartbreak has occurred and to have tools to heal that heartbreak. When my mom had a house fire last July, right? That unknowingly, I didn't know, but unknowingly, that created a lot of heartbreak around money
Yeah.
for me and a lot of worry and a lot of concern. There was insurance, there was plenty of insurance, but when dealing with insurance companies, it's dollars and cents. And, what was this item and how much did it cost? And, was there going to be, enough budget for her to find a place to live temporarily? Like the anxiety was overwhelming. And what I really realized was, oh, I was not being in the flow. I was not utilizing my own relationship with money to support, to know that I was safe, right? I was capitalizing or feeling her, worried about her and
Mm.
her unsafety. And I had to go back and listen to parts of the DYI program and really go, okay, let's do this exercise again. What can I do to heal this heartbreak? So once someone heals heartbreak, what's then possible with their relationship with money, JB?
Well, then you get to have a relationship that's based more on truth with a capital T, meaning, right, money is a divine resource. That's it. That's all that
Yep.
it is. And when we can look at money through those eyes, we can look at money through soul's eyes instead of these human eyes that have seen lots of pain and suffering. We know what's possible.
Right.
Right? So even if something happens that's unexpected, like for example, I have an ash tree in my front yard that did not come back this year. It's got
Mm.
that emerald ash borer thing, and we have several quotes to take it down. Right? $1,500 expense that I really wasn't planning on.
Right.
Right? But when I look at that exchange of money through soul's eyes, I can say, money's a renewable resource. It's okay. It's going out, and it will come back, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to, deer in the headlights. How are we going to do it? What are we going to have to take it out of? What does it mean then that something else is not going to get right? That whole story that we go into. So we can handle money situations when they're in the negative, so to speak, in a brand new way.
Right.
And we also make room to allow a greater flow to come, right?
Yes.
Because we're not in fear and worry and anxiety all the time. All of those little Oh, then little or not so little emotions that are like little stoppers that, right, in the flow. If you think about the image I get is like that big long tube, and you have maybe a divider. Every
Right.
time we're in fear, it closes a divider. Every time we're in worry, it closes a divider, right? So as we heal that heartbreak, we're removing the dividers, and we have tools to remove them if they happen to come through again, because
Right.
life is life, right?
Right. I had a big expense too, that wasn't like in the cards, right? And so I took the money out of my little squirrel fund, my savings fund, and I sent it off and I called my best friend. I was like, "Hi, John," and she's like, "It will be back. It will be back. And if it's not back, she goes, I'll give it to you." Which was cracked me up, right? Because I was like, but it was also like, oh my God, why am I like, I paused. I was like, God is speaking through her. Like,
Right.
hello, it will be back. Don't worry, right? And then so often we do go in to this heartbreak story, we do go in, and that's the moment where we get to tune into tools, utilize our structures to support us. And what I love about coming back after Money Broke Your Heart, the DIY version, is that it's full of content,
Hmm.
internal landscape tools of changing that internal landscape, healing the heartbreak, and very practical external tools of it. And another thing I also love is that it's extremely affordable, which means that anyone can purchase it. And that alone of understanding like that this is a tool that you can use no matter what at any time, even if you have $1 trillion in the bank, there's still more to receive, right? It's an ongoing practice that people can use time and time again.
Yeah. Yeah. And as you make peace with the fact that it's an ongoing process, it gets easier and
Yeah.
easier and easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a relationship with money. It takes some
Yeah.
participation, right? And I think people forget that. And I also think that people are when it comes to money, they want that kind of button where they can hit where they instantly feel safe because now there's more money coming in. And if you don't change the internal, no matter how much money you have coming in, it's never going to make you feel safe. And
Yeah.
it's always going to create the not enough.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because the amount of money doesn't matter. I had a client tell me a story about how she'd had an inheritance years ago that she didn't have any there were if you look today in the bank account, you wouldn't be able to see it. And then she had another large amount of money come in, and she's recognizing that there's still a little bit of that heartbreak in the past because she's wanting to make sure she gets it invested, make sure she gets it taken care of, really hold on. And it isn't that she wants to hold it necessarily. She understands the whole flow and all
Right.
of that, but there's still some of that heartbreak from the previous time coming through.
Right.
Right. So it doesn't matter how much money there is. There's always it can always show you where there's an opportunity to open up to that deeper relationship, that deeper sense of trust.
Yeah. It's like, you're in a relationship with it. So if
Mhm.
you're holding back or holding on to and creating based on all the pain, it's like having a new relationship with a mate and going, "Oh my God, I know you just called me honey." I'm going to use a personal example. You called me honey. Now, I hate that, right? Why are you calling me honey? But what am I really angry about with that? I was angry because my dad used to call me honey and sweetie. And I was like, do you not know my name? Right? But this is a really term of endearment versus dad goo, right? But that's what happens if we're in this relationship with money and we're creating based on that pain or heartbreak. So what I love about this program is there's a lot of information, there's a lot of tools, there's a lot of internal exercises, and there's a lot of external exercises. And I still do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I do too. I do too.
So, in wrapping up, what do you want people to remember or take away from our conversation today about coming back after money broke your heart?
So I want people to walk away with just that knowing that w- whatever happened to break your heart around money it's really it's an opportunity. I trip over that word
Right,
because I'm thinking of myself when I was back in right when I was really in that heartbreak place. But it really is an opportunity. It's a cracking open to connection and to really being able to create that relationship in a brand new way.
right. And your new relationship starts right here, right now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's this is your moment to start having a clean slate with money and know that you can create a new relationship with money right here, right now, because it doesn't have free will. It operates on your will. So if you want to put pain and programming in, no judgment. But you also get to put in joy and flow and love and acceptance and abundance. And it
Mhm,
will provide those things back to you.
mhm.
So, JB, thank you so much for spending time with me today.
My pleasure. Always great to talk.
All right, everyone, all the links are below. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me or JB. Bye for now.